Okay, so this video is going to be a bit different. It's kind of going to be me telling you more about this world they are in. And you'll get a sneak peek at the ending of some of the new characters, and including this character, the character in this. Okay, so where do I start? Maybe I should start with... I actually don't know where I should start. If you have any ideas of what you want to know in the comments, tell me, because there's a lot to this world, and I don't know where to start. You know what, let's start with abilities. I hinted at them before. The strings of the Puppet Master, the great powers, and so on and so forth. They're pretty much powers in general. They have names, and those names are their effects. As long as they coincide with its actual effect, then you can do it. Say the power to create fire. Well, it doesn't say it can control said fire, so you can only create it. Nor is your body resistant to the fire it creates, so... But it also never says it has to be coming out of you. So there's a lot of things you need to know in order to really master an ability, and that is knowing every detail and exploiting every detail. Exploit it. Yeah, abilities are just made to be trying to exploit them, to get greater and better power from your ability. There is something known as an evolving ability, in terms that ability will not stay the same all the time. It will change, and that change is due to some small things. Anyways, let's talk about some types of abilities. Actually no, before that, let's talk about race abilities. A power God gave to certain people, pretty much. If you were a demon, you would gain certain powers, prospecting to what kind of demon you are. So, what about the Puppet Master? He's a dark angel, a certain type of angel, that in turn has pitch black wings. Well, first there are a few things. First, teleportation. There's really nothing to say about it other than you got a feather to tell you, yeah, they're teleporting there, but that's really all. So, anyways, that's dark magic-ish stuff, where, you know, because they're dark angels, they have pitch black wings, they're able to use dark magic, which is pretty much has a few forms, and they're actually good at this stuff. Teleportation isn't actually dark magic, but no other creature can normally have that, so you could call that dark magic. But dark magic comes in a few states. First, near death. Pretty much, you gain powers whenever you die. That it happens when you die. If you're in a near-death situation, this will probably activate, and in turn, when you die, say a monster will come out to murder your killer. So that actually is really powerful, because it's an never-dying, murderous monster. But then there's black magic. which is literally just coloring things black and giving them certain effects, like black lightning. It's pretty much a slower lightning. There's really nothing to it other than it's much slower and it's dampened, so your body won't corrode and disassemble itself every time you use this. Then there's burn. That's the name of the attack, and it's what you say. Burn, a black flame that will never go out. It burns them. And when I mean never goes out, it can go out, but that's if their energy is thick like a fog, that it can't really get oxygen in, and dies to that purpose. Also, it will die out if it doesn't have a fuel source. So it can't really go out unless its fuel source, one of its few fuel sources, are gone. There's also the part where, you know, if you have too much energy, bababushki, they can't really burn you, and if they do, it's not really gonna be much. You could just hold that in your hand, just wait for it to go out. There's really not much to it. It's just fire that burns people. There's float, which is pretty much just wind. It's dark magic of sorts, cause you're flying. I think you get that already. So that's really dark magic. There's dark matter, play on words. Dark matter isn't too strong. It's really not that strong of a substance in this realm. It's just one touch and broken, and you can't really do much with it. It's just a wall of just dark power, nothing to it. Now, let's talk about something actually useful to this world. This character. Once upon a time, there was a young boy, having fun, having the time of his life, really. But he had a choice to make. He had the choice to help free Africa from poverty. And this is when poverty was an age of normality for them. Or his second option is save his life and many more. He chose the latter. All this hurt his community, and most hated him for it. He felt it was the better decision, and God agreed. When he became older and stronger, he wanted to help his community. He did, and he really was very helpful to his community, but most still didn't like him. Then, finally, his day came. But instead of going to hell like most thought he would, he went to heaven. He went to the heavens above, not knowing what would happen since he has never heard the tale of heaven. He went up there blind, not knowing anything of his life. Not even remembering his name. He went by the name Axe. Axe or Hand, if you were really not into the name. He was good at using his powers, and he was a great angel. Among the ranks which you can gain being a certain kind of angel, in a sense, he was better in his life, and already started off with a high rank. God gifted him 2 gauntlets. Both helped with his second ability. I will not name it, nor his first. He always wore a dark red cloak, clad with gold, gilded, great. Most liked him. He wasn't hated, nor was he hurt. He was more or less a craftsman, crafting great things. He built his own house from scratch. He thought, if you want something, make it with your two hands. That was his motto. But there has to be something that happened to him. Something did. And that was how he died. He didn't die to old age like he thought. He died to poison. A deadly, deadly poison he had no knowing of. When a new man came to the world and told him that he was actually poisoned, he was heartbroken. Who would have poisoned him but his own wife? He was sad, mad, and excited. He felt the reason that he had no connection to his wife was because she hated him, or he never liked her. He stopped thinking about it for a while, but now that he feels this relief, and knowing that he would have lived a long life, he feels accomplished. Though, there was something he did one day. Since he wanted to experience more in his life than just artificing around, he joined the army, and his eye was pierced, not by a chicken, not by a demon, not even by an angel, but a monster. A monster made of one of the most poisonous elements in the world. He says he's named after a planet. No one believes him. He's no demon, no human. He's a monster. With unknown abilities, capabilities beyond our imagination. No one knew how to defeat him. He got mercury poisoning and couldn't get out of the house for a while. That's when it hit. The death of God. Heaven itself flew open, a pit of despair, as he fell beneath, unknowingly. It was a sad life, but he had much to know, as he thought this was his final moments. No one knows what happens when a person actually dies. He didn't truly die, he just came to heaven. And pretty much a second chance on life. But in the end, he opens his arms and waits for his death. Well, that's sad, I have to say. But what are his abilities? Well, I'm not gonna tell you. But, let's give some designer notes. As you see here, I'm having trouble making his legs and making him look buff, because I'm really bad at making buff characters. Like, I normally make circles to make them, but in this, I have to use the straight liner tool, so it's really hard to make someone look buff. The reason he's called Hands is because he has cool gauntlets, We'll see that later on. Let's just speed up the drawing speed. How do you speed up on this? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's actually a 30-second skip. Let's just speed up the drawing speed. As you see here, I'm making his gauntlets. Hopefully, we can get a good image of him. Here we go. As you see here, he is an angel. Very much. I did have some asymmetric winging thing I did on accident. I also forgot to add gold to the leggings, but I think I did pretty good on the drawing. My only issue with it is I couldn't show more of his skin because of who he is. But I didn't want him to be like fully dark-faced and no one's seeing who he actually is. This isn't his actual coat. This is just a suit. This is his inner suit. When he loses the wings, he actually gets a really cool coat surrounding this, which covers his entire body. Yeah, it makes him look like those ominous people. But, yeah, there's not really much to say here, except I did do something was at the end. Well, that's all he told me. So, what do you guys think? Well, I think he was a really big storyteller. Don't know why. You guys got anything to put in? Not really. You? Though, he's a big storyteller. That's what I said. Hey, no copying what I said. I can do what I want. Demon person, I really don't know what you are. Me neither. I seriously don't know what I am anymore. Well, I think that's gonna end this. See you next time. And I need to get out of here. Bye. It's 17 minutes, wow.